chocolate biscotti. Really, it's chocolate dipped chocolate biscotti. And believe you me, once you have tried this recipe, you will cringe at the thought of another store-bought biscotti. In the bowl, I've got butter and sugar. And this recipe, by the way, is in A Taste of Guam. I believe it's under my treasure chest of sweets in the book. I truly miss my tabletop KitchenAid mixer. In go the eggs and the vanilla. I gave it to my sister a couple of years ago, knowing that one day I will get me a slightly larger KitchenAid stand mixer. I've yet to do that. It's on my wish list. Alright. One more time. Voila. Okay, so we'll add the dry ingredients. We've got flour, unsweetened cocoa powder, and baking powder. And this we shall put together with our hand. Okay. I first made this for a good friend of mine, Nancy, when she had her second baby in the hospital in Germany. And ever since, these are her favorite. So when I have a chance, I try to make some and send it to her. I just want to combine this really well. It's not a difficult cookie to make, however, it's a little time consuming. You've got to bake it, let it cool for half an hour, slice and bake it a second time. Now I say this is chocolate dipped chocolate biscotti because, well, we've got the cocoa powder. We'll add some chocolate chips, and then you can dip this. So I normally dip it in melted dark chocolate. A lot of these dishes I made in Germany. Okay, it's coming together. You can add the chocolate chips and walnuts together. Remember, you've got your oven preheating. Okay, this is combined enough. Now, we want to separate this into two halves. we're ready to shape it on a slightly greased cookie sheet. Alright, I'll do one log. Get the half of the dough and just kind of press it out. Now on Guam, for the tomorrows, we like to dip pan tosta or dried bread into our coffee. And this is an Italian's version of dipping bread or cookie. And you can see I've got a little bit of Crisco on the pan. Okay, that looks good. And now we'll just brush a bit of an egg yolk milk mixture on top. It'll give it a nice shiny glaze. Really homemade biscotti. Anything homemade, I suppose, is just to die for. I mean, it's so much more tasty and delicious, and it has a better texture when you make it at home than when you make or buy it from the store. Okay, that looks perfect. So go ahead and form the second log. We'll put it into the oven, let it cook for about 25 minutes, and then we'll cool it down and slice it. Wonderfully baked. So here we've got one of the logs, and then we're just going to cut this at a diagonal, and I like to use a serrated knife. So cut this a little bit and then just let it drop gently. Now this is not entirely cooked, right? Because we're going to put this back on a baking sheet and let it dry out and cook some more. You can make it thin or thick. If you get it to about this thickness, then you coat the biscotti halfway with the chocolate. Alright, we'll go ahead and cut the rest of these, lay all of the slices on the same cookie sheet you used to bake the logs, and they'll dry out for another 25-30 minutes in the oven.